Yeah, we did. We rotated the guards in the game on Sunday because we felt like that's what we wanted to do, to give Juice a chance to get in there. And Juice did a really nice job with some of the reps that he was given.
DeMeco, when you say you're close, are you close to turning those close games into wins, or are you close to where you want
Yeah,
to
what
be?
I mean by close, I was we were close in our 3 games, right? We were there in the fourth quarter, right? We were close to finishing and closing those games out. But there are plays in each game that we've had these first 3 games that we didn't finish and win the game. So I'm not talking about close as a team, I'm talking about winning the football game. That's what we're here to do. We're here to win football games. We've been in position to win those games, and we have not won the game. So we got to find a way to win the game. Right? We got to make the plays in the fourth quarter of the games we've been in. We got to make those plays to put us in position and to just ultimately to win the football game. That's what we're here to do, right? That's what we work tirelessly and hard for, is to win football games. So the games have been close. We've been right there in the games, right? It's, so we just got to find a way to get it done.
We talk about most games, and I think we even talked about it with you last week. Most games in the NFL are close, and it comes down to a couple of plays. So is being close encouraging, or is that just kind of a league-wide thing?
It's not encouraging to being close. We want to win games. It's not about being close. That's just stating the facts or stating the obvious of how the 3 games have played out, how those games have happened for us. But we're not here to just be close. We're here to win the football game.
That being said, you talk about how close you all are, how you all have been in those games, and even if you would have won those games, do you feel like that still the win would have masked some of the issues that you all may have as far as looking at the totality of the team?
Oh, we go back, no matter win or loss, we go back and we dissect the film, right, to see issues, whether you win or you lose. To me, you attack the film the same way every single time, and you attack it to see, first and foremost, how can we be better, right? No matter what the outcome or the result of the game is, how do you get better? That's what it's about. A long season, it's about how do you grow, how do you get better each and every week, and so that's what we'll do every time.
DeMeco, could you delineate on the fact, just moving in the same vein, close making the proper decision on shifting the line, or either getting a chip from a tight end, depending on where the pressure might become, particularly at a critical point, to probably looking at your route trees and then looking at your spacing on some of your receivers, because I think, at least from my perspective, I think your receivers got the spacing on that interception because they were so close within that. Is that an issue that can be addressed and you have to just deal with moving forward?
Yeah, as we go through the film, we talk about the route distribution, right, the protection. All of those things are things that we bring up and we look at to see how can we better deploy guys to make sure we're giving ourselves the best chance to have successful plays. So some of that comes with protection, where we have a problem guy. We may need to, put some chips on the edge and make sure we're helping out when we have a issue player like Josh Allen Hines did a really good job on yesterday. We got to find a way to protect better. When it comes to route distribution, there were some plays it was good. Some plays we can do better of distributing the guys. Some plays we can do better of running the routes the proper way. So it's all of us. It's all inclusive, coaches, players, everybody, just fine-tuning things to make sure we are giving ourselves the best chance.
How do you overall feel about the communication on the back end? I feel like there's times where there's a little bit of miscommunication that can lead to a bigger play in the secondary. How do you just feel overall about the communication that's been going on in the secondary?
Yeah, when you see a big play that happens on our defense, somewhere along the lines there's a bust in communication. It all starts with communication, and it hasn't been as crisp as it needs to be. So we have to play better. On the defensive side, we got to communicate better, and we got to execute the defense better. And so, it's not been great. We see that. We have to make some adjustments there to make sure we get it corrected.
That isn't the answer, but why do you feel like the defense hasn't been able to close out games? I understand the offense put a little bit of strain, but why do you feel like the defense hasn't been able to close out games compared to what we saw in the past?
For us defensively, when I look at this past game, thought we had multiple opportunities to take the ball away. We had one hit us right in the hands. We didn't take it away. We had one in Tampa Bay hit us in the hands. We didn't take it away. We had a couple where we were supposed to be a deep safety. They throw the ball up, and we're not taking the football away. So there are multiple things where we've had opportunities, right, defensively, and we haven't capitalized on those opportunities by being exactly where we're supposed to be, communicating the proper way, tackling the proper way as a unit. The tackling hasn't been up to our standard, and so we have to get that fixed.
Do you feel confident that last year we kind of had similar struggles, or you guys had similar struggles on offense? Do you feel confident now dealing with it that you're in better position to oversee it than you were last year?
For me, right now with our team, like when you go through each team, like no matter what year it is, like each team has it's faced with its own adversity and different issues that arise. So for me as the head coach, it's a matter of, hey, different set of problems, different set of challenges, and I'm up for it. Like that's why I'm here. Like that's how we'll attack it. We'll get it all corrected, and we'll get this thing going in the right direction.
Does this feel different though?
I don't compare year to year for me. I said this is a different year. 2023, completely different team. 2024, completely different team. We're here. We have different issues here in 2025, but we attack it the right way. We attack it with the right attitude, and we're gonna get the thing rolling in the right direction.
What do you do to change? I mean, you've identified the challenges early on, and if you have the same challenges, what do you do to try to chip away at those?
Yeah, you just go through it. You make the necessary adjustments you need to make, right? Whether it's schematically, whether it's personnel, you just make the adjustments that you need to make schematically and see how it improves from week to week. So we'll take a look at where we've been over these first 3 weeks, just take a deep dive and look into it and see, like, how can we, first and foremost, as coaches, it always starts with the coaches, like, how can we put guys in better position? Like, how can we help the players to be in position to get on the winning side of things? So it all starts there with how we plan, how we prep, and how we structure practices throughout this week. And then we cut the players loose and let them go play and let the players go execute and do what they need to do.
What is some of the messaging to the team overall, but to some of these young players who haven't been through this type of adversity? Like, you got some players in that locker room that didn't lose 3 games throughout their whole college career, 3 games in a row throughout their whole college career. So how do you keep, those younger players motivated to, as the saying goes in the NFL, 1 game at a time? Yeah,
for sure. You keep guys motivated by understanding storms are going to hit you in life. Like whether it's, we do football, but also in real life, like storms will arise, storms will come in your life. It's like when you go through the storm, are you coming out stronger or are you getting ripped apart by the storm, right? And so there are different people who can handle the adversity and the storm that comes. It's like, how do you handle it? You got to remain resilient. You got to remain strong through it. And it really tests your character to see who are you truly as a player, as a man. Like, how are you? Who are you? And we'll see that. Like, we'll see how we handle this as individuals. We'll see how we handle this as a team.
The last team to go to start the season 0-3 and still make the playoffs was the 2018 Houston Texans, and in the midst of that they had that 9-game winning streak. Is that something that you could see this team doing as far as getting it back on track and ending up like they did?
Yeah, I did not know that, so thanks for the history there. But anything can happen. Anything can happen. It all starts with us, first and foremost, just playing cleaner, right, and protecting the football. Like, I know we were in position there again, like to turn the ball over 3 times, to only take it 1 time. I don't care who you're playing or when you're playing. It's going to be hard to win that game. We can try to point fingers here, there, this and that. We have to protect the football no matter what it looks like. If we want to see ourselves, start down that track, we got to just make sure we're protecting the football, taking it away when we have our opportunities, and just playing cleaner, finishing the proper way.
Talked about the defense before. the general sense is if we take care of our business, we don't care as much about how the offense that we're playing that week operates. Offensively with your team, has some of the mistakes they've made allowed the opposing defense to sort of dictate how things go? And is it just simply cleaning up their own mistakes so that your offense can dictate how?
Yeah, for sure. It's never about the opponent to me, especially when you have the penalties that we have on first down that puts us behind the sticks. Right, that has nothing to do with the opponent dictating anything. It's things that we control, and if we handle that the right way, if we make sure we got a proper hat on the hat in the run game, we make sure we're executing the passing game, going through our progressions the right way, hitting the receiver, like those are all things we control, not necessarily a defense is dictating to us anything. We just got to control what we control and press forward.
There was a moment in the fourth quarter where the cameras got you frustrated and you kind of urging the offense along. Were you hoping for more urgency from the offense at that moment, or what was frustrating?
Who says I was urging the offense?
Well, it just looked like you were doing this, and
what does that mean? Just because I'm doing this, that does.
And there are some people who saw the words coming out of your mouth, but I wanted to ask you and not assume.
Yeah. No, when you saw me, if you guys saw me animated on the field, that was directed. I think during that snap, we got on the ball, we went tempo, and the refs held our offense from continuing to run their play, and the refs said that we were substituting, which we were not substituting. No one on our sideline got off the sideline or moved, and so they didn't allow us to run our tempo offense. They held the huddle. So that's who I was talking to, the official, right, and making sure that we're able to run our offense the proper way.
You weren't yelling. Just we don't think you were, but so just to clarify, you weren't yelling at Nick Caley, correct?
I just said I was talking to the official. All right. No, I was not yelling at anybody on our sideline, any coaches, any players. I'm too cool for that.
DeMeco, quickly on the wrap up, is this something that I know all of y'all send different things into the league office about certain plays? Is this something that you would know going up to the league office about that particular issue, holding you back and y'all not substituting? Because is that just part of the overall thing that y'all send up?
Every week, if we have any issues, anything that arise from that standpoint of how the game was managed, we'll go through it with the league office and make sure we talk about that. And really, it's also about talking to the officials for the next game of things we want to do offensively. If we wanted to do that, just having awareness. Yeah, Stingley is still we're evaluating his oblique. He hurt his oblique in the game early in the game yesterday. Tried to push through it. He couldn't push through it. So we're still evaluating him, probably be day to day with where he is.
Coach, I know that you all can control what you can control as far as coaches is concerned, as far as players and play on the field. But from the fan standpoint, they're looking at it and they're saying, this team is 0-3, and for a lot of them, they don't feel like there's no coming back from that. What is something that you could say to the fans to encourage them to just say, hold on, don't jump ship yet?
That's why we play the games, right? We're 0-3. We don't want to be 0-3, but that's the matter of the fact. That's where we are now, right? We have to go out. We have to play better. So for our fans, just continue to support us. If you want to, yeah, I know how everybody gets rowdy, everybody gets upset. You should win every game. I get it. We're trying to win every game. We're working hard. We're doing our best. We just got to go play better to make sure we give our fans something to be proud of.